Giving birth. My brother Bailey told me to keep my pregnancy a secret from my mother. He said she would take me out of school. I was very close to graduating. Bailey said I had to have a high school diploma before mother returned to San Francisco from the nightclub she and her husband owned in Nome, Alaska. I received my diploma on V-Day, which was also my stepfather's birthday. He had patted me on the shoulder that morning and said, "You are growing up and you're becoming a fine young woman." I thought to myself, I should. I am 8 months and 1 week pregnant. After a salutatory dinner celebrating his birthday, my graduation, and a national victory, I left a note on his pillow saying, "Dad, I'm sorry to bring disgrace to the family, but I have to tell you that I am pregnant." I didn't sleep that night. I heard my dad go to his room about 3 a.m. When he did knock on my door immediately, I puzzled over whether he had seen and read the note. There would be no sleep for me that night. At 8:30 in the morning, he spoke at my door. He said, "Baby, come down and have coffee with me. By the way, I got your note." The sound of him walking away was not nearly as loud as the sound of my heart racing. Downstairs at the table, he said, "I'm going to call your mother. How far along are you?" I said, "I have 3 weeks." He smiled. "I'm sure your mother will be here today." Nervous and frightened are not words which even barely describe how I was feeling. Before nightfall, my pretty little mother walked into the house. She gave me a kiss and looked at me. "You're more than any 3 weeks pregnant." I said, "No, ma'am. I'm 8 months and 1 week pregnant." She asked, "Who is the boy?" I told her. She asked, "Do you love him?" I said, "No." "Does he love you?" I said, "No. He's the only person with whom I've had sex, and we were together only one time." My mother said, "There's no reason to ruin 3 lives. Our family is going to have a wonderful baby." She was a registered nurse, so when I began labor, she shaved me, powdered me, and took me to the hospital. The doctor had not arrived. Mother introduced herself to the nurses and said as a nurse herself, she was going to help with the delivery. She crawled up on the delivery table with me and had me bend my legs. She put her shoulder against my knee and told me dirty stories. When the pains came, she told me the punchline of the stories, and as I laughed, she told me, "Bear down." When the baby started coming, my little mother jumped off the table, and seeing him emerge, she shouted, "Here he comes, and he has black hair." I wondered what color she thought he might have. When the baby was delivered, my mother caught him. She and the other nurses cleaned him, wrapped him in a blanket, and she brought him to me. "Here, my baby. Here's your beautiful boy." My dad said when she returned home, she was so tired. She looked as if she had given birth to quintuplets. She was so proud of her grandson and proud of me. I never had to spend 1 minute regretting giving birth to a child who had a devoted family led by a fearless, doting, and glorious grandmother. So I became proud of myself.
You've been listening to Keita read Letter to My Daughter by New York Times bestseller Maya Angelou. She shares her path to living well and with meaning in this absorbing book of personal essays, dedicated to the daughter she never had but sees all around her. Letter to My Daughter transcends genres and categories: guidebook, memoir, poetry, and pure delight. To keep the channel going, please like and subscribe. Go to the description and our channel page for information on how to purchase books from our affiliate links. This is James. Keita and I thank you for listening.